my go-to class and gun in this game is easily the Rampart. And as you can see, I finally unlocked my Dark Matter. I had more struggles with the Outlaw than I did with the Combat Knife, believe it or not. And you'll see that I have the launcher on almost every single class on here. I mean, I can't stress it enough. The launcher is just money. A lot of people would like run the Reflex over the Recon on the Rampart, but I think the Recon gives you less recoil on the Rampart, and then you got the double high cal. I mean, there's a reason why it's banned in professional play or ranked play, because the high caliber is just, it's disgusting considering all the other guns in this game. The Rampart may not have the highest rapid or fire rate, but it does have that power. And sometimes you don't even need a sight on it, but I prefer the sight just because if I use the iron sights, I feel like I'm missing a lot of shots and I'm not hitting those high caliber zones, and I end up getting outgunned almost every time. Stim shot, acoustic sensor is really nice here, especially if you're running dead silence. You can even hear guys that are running dead silence when you put acoustic sensor on. But a lot of people don't agree with me with Cold Blooded here in the second spot. They're going to pick Gung Ho, which I did use a prestige token on because of the shotgun play that you have to have with Gung Ho. But Cold Blooded, since they buffed it, to me, it's worth it every time because it keeps you away from Seeker Shock drones, the Recon's ability, especially kill streaks, and then it allows me to use my launcher, especially with fast loader on there, to take out any streaks that come in, barbed wire, anything. There's so many things that you could use the launcher on. I could put high explosive on there and even take people out with the launcher. Launcher was the first thing I got gold, and then I even prestiged it twice right away just because I knew how important the launcher was, especially with Engineer. I mean, that's a deadly combo, just like Dead Silence and Acoustic Sensor is a deadly combo, just like Rampart and High Caliber is a deadly combo. Moving along here, we got the SOG. I don't always run the suppressor on it, but one thing you definitely need on the SOG is grip. I've found that grip, without grip, it's a big difference. In stock 2 on this gun is just ridiculous. No need for quick draw. Fast mags are nice if you're really rushing around, but I feel like quick draw is unnecessary. But stock, at least the stock 1 you need, and then stock 2 makes it just even much more stronger. But if you run lightweight with stock, that's just pretty much like stock 2. But I'm running Cold Blooded, as you can see, just because I hate getting hit by those Seeker Shock mines. And I don't like using Tac Mask. I'd rather just have Engineer with the launcher. Because you could see it coming as well, too. And you could avoid the Nomad's Dog. Nomad's Dog won't target you because of Cold Blooded. That's another big reason why. Let's see here. And again, Dead Silence, and I have the acoustic sensor since I'm going to be much closer since I'm using the SOG. The acoustic sensor comes in help a lot, much more than anything else. And you'll see that in the professional gameplay, you will see a lot of people. The Paladin is obviously, it's king Paladin for a reason. There's no need for high caliber on this weapon at all. I think double FMJ is very powerful. It could take out UAVs in one shot, take out Razor Wire, take out Torx Barricade, take out equipment, attack deploy beacons. There's so much stuff that you could take out with the double FMJ, and there's nothing that you're not shooting through with this Paladin, by the way. And I hardly ever get hit markers with it as it is. I'm using the Cap 45 as a secondary with the sniper just because it's more viable. I mean, I could run Overkill and run just a SOG and get rid of these two and run like something else, like maybe Stabilizer down here. I feel like the Paladin also has some of the best attachments for sniper rifles as well. But, the Paladin's a lot of fun. I also have a lot of fun with the Koshka. And I don't even know where to begin here with the Titan. I mean, I don't need that thermal sight on there, but as you can see, this Oppressor operator mod, I mean, when they made the Titan in this game, I don't know if they wanted it to be the best gun in the game or not, but this operator mod just makes it that even more annoying. And if I put the thermal in there as well, I'm like the most annoying guy in the lobby. Like, with quick draw and stock, this gun is just unbelievable. And then the Oppressor, I mean, there's no need for extended mags. You already have so many shots in your clip to begin, and you could do a lot of damage in a life with one Titan, and no need for Scavenger, no need for Crash. But that's, all personal opinion there. If they're running Cold Blooded, then my thermal's not as good, but at least I have the Oppressor, which is still going to mess up all the guys trying to quickscope you. This Titan Oppressor operator mod, it really ticks them off. And there's my go-to launcher there. Dead Silence is a must on every class, and Engineer, it's too good not to have. I mean, I could take this thermal off, or stock and put it here, put a gear on here, or even take off the launcher. A lot of guys would probably take the launcher off and put a gear on. But to me, the launcher is just too valuable. I'd rather have a launcher on my class than stim shot or anything else, especially using a Titan. I mean, I'm very confident in my life when I'm using the Titan just because it's so powerful. And here's the swordfish class I like to use. I don't need the reflex on there because I feel like the iron sights on that swordfish are great, but there's no sight on this that you could go wrong with. I really don't like the holographic in this game. The Modern Warfare 2 did the holographic the way it was supposed to be, I feel like. But the suppressor, I mean, the swordfish with a suppressor, it's the only gun in the game where you can actually be at range and use a suppressor and not really get too penalized for it. But with the pentaburst, you get 1 burst kills, and high caliber, that's just nice because it makes your kills even that much faster when you're running it. But if you want to take the time to go ahead and hit them in the head with these swordfish, you're going to be happy because they're going to drop like a fly. And then I have the acoustic sensor dead silence combo. No launcher on this class. See, I could take the reflex off and put a launcher on. You know, I just feel like I'm more campy with this class, and I'm going to be, you know, sitting back. And this is more of like a, you know, kill streak class, going on a long streak class here. I don't know. I could probably make a change on that swordfish class. Let me know if you have any ideas. But everybody should have an SG-12 class. It's just too powerful. I was running it with extended mags too, but if you run laser sight and max load, it's gonna make your hip fire so much more tighter, and you're not gonna need extended mags. I mean, I don't need Skulker here. Let's put Gung Ho back on, but Scavenger is a must. And so is Dead Silence. I have the stim shot on there so I can heal up faster. I mean, with extended, you got to be able to either heal faster or reload faster with the SD12. So with the stim shot on, I could heal faster. I don't feel the need for extended mags. I feel like 6 shots is enough. If you go through more than 6 shots, or 3 shots, I'm going to say, more than 3 shots to kill somebody with the SD12, then you're not doing it right. Because with these 2 attachments and that strobe light, and as long as you're strafing, I mean, lightweight would be really good as well. I should try lightweight even. But you know, as long as you're strafing with that strobe light on, and before they nerfed it, it was so much more powerful. But this SD12 is a lot of fun to use. And here's the Vapor. I have the Vampire Hunter variant of it, and I like this gun a lot because you can run a silencer on it as well as stock and rapid fire. You could even run stock too, which you could drop shot with. No need for fast mags. This is one of the fastest reloading assault rifles in the game. I really like this gun because of the clean iron sights. I can't put dark matter on it, but there's my combat knife. I really enjoy the combat knife, especially with acoustic sensor, dead silence, and cold-blooded. I could just lay there like a snake in the grass and pop up and knife it, and it's just so satisfying. It's one of the most satisfying kills that you can get. It really is. Then here's the Maddox class. I mean, the Maddox needs no introduction. There's a reason why all the professional players use it. No need for quick draw 2.0. I feel like that's just overkill. Because with stock, you could pre-aim your corners, and then while you're in a gunfight, once you're engaged in a gunfight with somebody, quick draw 2 becomes really not as good because you're already aimed down sights. So stock is going to help you there, and so will the ELO. I just feel like the launcher is much more important to have fast loader on. This is all about going through kills fastly and being like, you know, like I said, if you want to be at the top of the scoreboard of your team, this is a class that you could do that with easily. I could run stim shot instead, but I just like knowing where everybody's at with the acoustic sensor and dead silence combined, and you'll see cold-blooded on almost all my classes. Here's a Cordite class. I should probably run lightweight instead of cold-blooded. Again, with the launcher, I feel like this has enough ammo and a clip to take out multiple enemies. No need for the belt feed, no need for extended mags. Long barrel is just overpowered on the Cordite, but rapid fire is a must. And I really enjoy hip firing when I'm up close, or if I'm engaging multiple enemies, the laser sight really helps with that. And then you got your, you know, I consider engineer and dead silence like staples as perks. You'll see that in a lot of these classes. Here's a GKS class I've been kind of messing around with just because it's so accurate, and you can put a silencer on it. Not too much different there with the perks. And the ABR gets talked about like it needs a buff. I don't think so at all. With this operator mod, this ABR is just powerful, very powerful, and I will showcase that here in a video actually after I'm done with this one. I just feel like with this repeater operator mod, I mean, you could run, I like stock so you could strafe as it, like the operator mod powers up and gets those shots really flying down range. Stock really helps with that. You don't even need an elo on this. I think the iron sights are great on this as well, but I do like the elo if I'm going to run a sight on it. But you could run extended mags and all that, and just you'll really punish the enemy with this class. I promise you that. I will show that to you guys. And here's like the most annoying class you can use for anything. You just the Spitfire. I mean, no need for that wildfire operator mod. It's going to kill anybody in seconds. Has the fastest time to kill as is just by itself. Extended mags and fast mags is a must, if not one or the other. This is pretty much just like my Cordite class, except it's just the Spitfire. It's a little bit faster, and it's just going to kill them a little bit quicker. There's lightweight again, but scavengers are a big thing on the Spitfire because you're going to be burning through rounds a lot. I mean, a ton of rounds. And these are like my favorite classes to use, I would say, by far in this game. I feel like the Cordite is just as good as the SOG, but the SOG has so much speed, it's unreal. But that's all for today, YouTube. If you guys have any suggestions or anything you want me to try or make a video about, go ahead.